Hello, my name is Mordred Viking, and I'd like to welcome you to episode 62 of this Let's Play Europe Universalis 4. This is the March of the Vikings, and we are Mordgard. In the last episode, I believe that we were crushing the coalition which had formed against us. We beat back the Faryans, didn't take much territory from them. The Shybans didn't take much from them, except for money, I think, from both. And then Brunei, from whom we took everything. We completely annexed them. And because we annexed them, we also got Brunei and Australia here, which was a pretty nice little bonus, actually. And also, the rest of Japan, all that remains of Japan is Japan proper. Unfortunately, for Japan proper, they were not in the coalition. So all we need is to get one of our diplomats available, which are apparently coming back from the peace deals that we'd made. And everyone is abandoning the coalition against us. I'm not in the least bit surprised about that. And we're suffering from a little bit of call for peace, but that's because the Brunei War lasted so long while we try to occupy some of their Australian territories in order to get them to fully peace out. Also, we seem to have a merchant available. And where would I like you to be active? Right, we were talking about actually starting to shift trade towards the Gulf of Aden. We have very good control over these two. We can dispatch ships to Indus to force all the money forwards from here, and there is actually a lot of money being tied up in Indus right now. So, yeah, and even more, actually, in the Gulf of Aden. So this is going to quite dramatically improve our income. I mean, from here alone, we're going to get, what, 12, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27 ducats or so from that node alone. If we grab this one, that would be a further 16, 17, which would be really quite nice to grab. So we're going to need one more merchant in order to shift from Indus to Aden. And in order to do that, let's have a look at our current merchants and see who's just not doing very much. Doab. Doab is not doing very much. You're pushing money down into Goa. So we're going to recall you, and we're going to have you in Aden instead. So we're going to transfer trade power through Indus, and then once you've arrived back from Doab, which is now, we're going to go over here and we're going to collect from trade in Doab. We're going to have you, hello, Goa. Ah, right, because you are my trade capital, I can only collect from you. So the other thing I need to do is choose which one of these I want to make into my foreign trade capital, which will be you. We need 200 dip. That's going to be a long time. Okay, maybe I bit the bullet a little bit too quickly there. So Gulf of Aden's going to be making a fair amount of money for a while, and so be it. So we're collecting in two places. No, I'm going to recall you for a moment. I don't want to be collecting in two places. You're shifting a little bit of money forwards. We actually have 29% control over this, which is kind of interesting. Transfers from downstream, 44. From provinces, 129. Of course, we do in fact own a centre of trade here, which is pretty nice. I mean, I'd like to take a little bit more of this area, so maybe that is another thing to happen in the future, in another war. In the meantime, do we have some diplomats free? We do. Alright, Japan. Time to sound your death knell, I think. We're not calling in Bharat, we don't need to. And Cairo immediately fires, even though the game was paused. Right. You two marching together? You are. We'll help them fight them off, and we'll head up to Nanya at the same time. And we beat the Japanese army. We just need to occupy it, and then that war will be over. Marvellous. So now, yeah, we just need to save a bunch of Diplo. I think we're getting Diplo, right? Yes. As much Diplo as we possibly can. Alright. You two on your way north. It is a bit unfortunate that they've taken that. Ah, and we're getting free money. Not that we really need money at the moment. Although I guess we could go on another round of construction of manufactories, because there are a couple of places that could take them. Ooh, a couple in Australia as well. Interesting. We could start with an industrialized Australia. That'd be kind of cool. That's all of those. Naval manufactories. Oh, loads in Australia. Is that... Oh, textile manufactories, sorry. Probably cotton. Or wool. Anything else? Nope. Plantations. On there. couple more in Australia. So yes, Australia is going to be highly industrialized. And then finally, trade companies. Is that all of them? It's all the ones I'm seeing. Oh, no, there's an island there. Gotcha. And there must be at least one somewhere that I'm just not noticing right now. Another random island, maybe? No, apparently not. See if we can spot any random islands that require upgrades. Not seeing any right now. Nope. Ah, there's one. There's one. Okay, that's all of the naval equipment manufactories. Okay, so we just built a bunch more. So what was it over here in Australia that's producing so much? Wool. Yeah, it is wool. Okay, fair enough. And you're taking that. Excellent. I'd really like to grab Cairo before it actually flips. But I'm going to wait until both of these troops have combined. Go, 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 go. Go, go, go. Go, go, go. And group and attack. This is horrifically outnumbered. Do we have anyone else that we can send as reinforcements? Not at present, no. Alright, we're outnumbered 2-1. We have rather a lot more morale than they do. 8.1 to their 6.4. We have more tactics, we have more discipline. I think we'll be fine. Maybe. Depends whether the morale breaks. Yeah, they're breaking. Okay, good. And we have made Mocha into our culture. Excellent. And there we go. Victory is ours. Huzzah! And then with that in mind, I'm going to go and sit in Asyut, but I'm not actually going to attack them just yet, because I want to get some of my manpower back again. We have a lot of manpower at this point, so I don't think it's going to be a problem to grab that. Japan is still under siege. We'll be able to see when that flips to 100, when we're able to advance again. And the clergy want to land. Of course the clergy want to land. Sort this by trade goods and see where we've got some grain that we can give to you. China, potentially. Have I caught this? I have. You can go to the clergy, and that indeed makes the clergy happy. Marvellous. Okay, we are now once again generating diplomatic power. I'm going to hold off flipping any more cultures until I've sorted my trade out. Not that we really need the money, but I don't know, I like being efficient about those types of things. And there we go, Tokachi has fallen. Mali has become absolutism. Oh, abolitionism, sorry. Slightly different thing. And let's piece Japan out for all your things to belong to us. And with that, we now control the whole of Japan. And to celebrate, Canton switches to Norse. Marvellous. Right. How much stuff needs converting? A lot of stuff still needs converting. And we have got 50, just under 50 years. So what, 46? That's going to be cool. Cutting it rather close. How are the culture conversions doing? Most of them are underway already. Good. I think there's only about 3 of them that are not. And there's one of the conversions. Excellent. Let's keep those happening. And in fact, speaking of the nation that we just took, we need to core those, I think. Marvellous. Right, how are you doing? 19,000 men. I would say that you're probably strong enough to attack. Let's go and do a shift consolidate, and then assault, and then we can take the... Oh, there's some reinforcements. Whoopsie. I just completely missed those. No matter. Right, so what else do we want to do? We kind of want to go after Ajuran so that we can secure the rest of Indonesia so we don't have to fight a bunch of little stupid wars. I'd quite like to take out Makassar at some point as well. Who's this? Bhutan. Right, Bhutan's been resisting for a while. I think Ajuran is the main one though. Especially if we wanted to then convert them away from Sunni. Which is going to be a challenge, I'm not going to lie. Yeah. Who owns this? Korea does. Interesting. Yeah, there are some really big nations over here. This is going to be very interesting when I split things up a bit. Okay. It appears that Mordred VIII has become secretive. Foreign spy detection plus 20%. Good. Very good. 56. Right, we are on speed 4 already. Just need to wait through time. Conversion successful. That's another one. Excellent. Keep that up. Still have a whole bunch to convert, unfortunately. You want access? I'm going to say no. Defense in depth. Flying battery. New cannon. Yay. We'll take those. Oh, the other thing I was going to do is upgrade my forts in India so I didn't have to deal with stupid people attacking me so often. Okay. So you are fortifying that front. You're fortifying here. They can come through West Berar, so I'd really like to fortify West Berar if I was able. And also some of those. And that would actually do it. It really is just West Berar that we need. Why can't I do West Berar right now? You're culture converting. Fair enough. Fair enough. Another cash thing. More conversions being finished. Excellent. You know what? I think I might just upgrade my forts everywhere. It's not like I'm lacking the money right now. Upgrade. 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 Nobles demand rights. Monthly autonomy or stability. Stability is rather expensive, so I'll go with the autonomy. Thank you. I mean, this also makes it an absolute pain to take these places back again, if they do ever fall. But in the meantime, they become rather painful to take. Wow, Japan has a lot of space to build things in. Interesting. Bunch of cores. Jolly good. Now we need some more seats in Parliament. Bah humbug. What Parliament do we have right now? Is this a culture conversion? No. Oh, it's a debate. Is it? What? What are you asking? It is too few seats. We just need one more. I think it's time for China to get some representation. Henyang. Henyang is a territory. Let's make you into a not a territory. Now we can. There we go. And also you could do with having 10 development. Basically, anywhere where you have gold, you kind of want 10 production. 10 production is the optimal level between the gold mine depleting and the amount of production that you get. The later in the game you get the gold mine, the more development you can pump into it, because there's less time for it to go depleted. But for most of the game, it sits around 10. So you generally want to try and get your gold mines up to about 10. But I'm not going to do that until we've got all of the diplomatic power that we need for the trade place, and then I want to see how much money I make for it. So, clergy has long been foremost pillars of Mordgardian realm, providing not only spiritual guidance but also administrators, judges, and diplomats for the benefit of our emperor. Gain prestige, and the clergy gains loyalty and influence, or the clergy loses loyalty and influence, and we gain a bunch of cash. I'm quite happy to give you a bit of influence. Yes, we're pretty low as it is. You want another seat of parliament? Now you're just asking for too much. What about over in Brunei? Is there any gold over here? No. However, I see one province which is looking something extraordinary. Tea producer. And we have to acknowledge that tea is awesome. So tea deserves a seat of parliament. Oh, there's gold. But then again, this place could do. Oh, it already is. No, I think we're going to give it to the tea province. I mean, I know there's a whole bunch of tea up here. We should actually conquer that just for the tea. But we have not done that just yet. Oh, there's one there too. Alright, so there's a couple of tea places here. 14, 5, oh, you're not even ours. 9, 7. Not very high development's the problem. You're a 23? Wow. You're not mine, are you? You are mine. Oh, you're a merchant guild, because you're probably a trade company place. 17's not bad. Banton. We'll make you into one. A little bit more spice production? Sounds good to me. Ah, so close. So close. And we need another debate. So what is available? Tradition, decay, advisor costs, mercantilism, which is always good, stability, which is also a nice one, or the missionaries and missionary strength. No, it's got to be this one, really. And right, we are actually surprisingly low on money. We're going to be bribing some MPs. A couple of them are already backing us for one reason or another. Take size in Parliament is prestige, which we can do. Ignore corruption. Use of crown lands. Army commissions. Autonomy. Take sides in Parliament. Take sides in Parliament. Corruption. 97%. Damn it. Army commissions. There we go. We have now got even better missionaries, and we can go and convert this stuff more quickly. Good. Very good. Oh, and we have sufficient Diplo to make one of these places in the Gulf of Aden into a centre of trade. And I think it's going to be you will become my new trade capital. Boom. So Mogadishu is now the trade capital, which means we are going to be collecting trade over here rather than Goa. So in Goa, I'm going to say... Why are you collecting from trade here? You shouldn't be. You're transferring. We need to have a collect from trade here. Then we need to make you into a transfer. What's going on here? I didn't just move my capital here, did I? No. Trade city. You collect trade in other nodes, but your ability to compete will be greatly reduced. So why is it still trying to do it in Goa? Ah, now I can transfer. There we go. Much better. Oh, and I really should have double-checked what my trade income difference was. So it's 136 right now. We're only making 2 ducats. Once we start shifting trade in the right direction, which is up to here, we'll also need to get more trade ships going, because we'll be losing a lot of money to Indus in much the same way that we were losing to Bengal for a time. Easily fixed. I'll just go and grab some of these ships, which I think we will go with the Hangzhou. They're the furthest away. I mean, they do make us a lot of money, but honestly, you would be way more useful to me right now in Indus. And I'll just build a bunch more because we have loads of capacity. Protect trade in Indus. Go. And once you arrive, we'll make even more. We just got a bunch of money. Kamikawa has revolted. You are revolting. Don't do that. That's naughty. Go and crush them. Oh, and they're on a fort, so we get the bonus. Excellent. Simples. Alright, so how much is Aden worth right now? It's only worth 67, but that's because I think this money hasn't arrived yet. Pushing forward 66. Yeah, we're losing 38 going north and 16 going that way. And they're collecting 37 here. Qingxi. The sly and shrewd pirate queen, Qingxi, the terror of South China, as she was called, managed to negotiate where she could keep all of her loot ill-begotten from piracy. Mordgard has found it impossible to beat her, with 63 ships lost in the latest attacks. So amnesty was offered to all pirates, and Qingxi took advantage of this, ending her career as a wealthy woman. She retired with her husband, Chang Pao. There are those who say that her fleet consisted of over 300 junks manned by 20,000 to 40,000 pirates, while others claim that she had 1,800 ships, with a crew of around 80,000 men, women, and even children. Qingxi used to be a prostitute, and she was captured by pirates and Jiang Yat, one of the most notorious pirates before she took control of his fleet after his death. The Red Flag Fleet was a coalition of several competing Cantonese pirate fleets gathered by Jiang Yat using military assertion and his reputation. He died in Vietnam, and Qing Shi manoeuvred her way into his leadership position by cultivating personal relationships. She managed to make herself essential to the captains and united the fleet by issuing a code of laws. The first law was that anyone giving their own orders or disobeying those of the superior was to be beheaded immediately. The second law forbade theft from the public fund or any villages that supplied the pirates. The third law was that all goods taken as booty had to be presented and registered by a purser and then redistributed by the fleet leader. 20% was to be given to the original Caesar and the rest placed in the public fund. The fourth law was that all actual money was to be turned over to the squadron leader and used to purchase supplies for unsuccessful ships. The fleet robbed towns, markets and villages from Macau to Canton, even establishing hegemony over many coastal villages, in some cases imposing levies and taxes on settlements. We can learn from her. So we actually get Qing Shi, who becomes a naval reformer, who is cheaper, but she's only a level 2, or she becomes an admiral, a 4330. I'll take that. Importing food to combat famine. The recent food shortage in parts of our nation has caused many among the Maud Guardians to question trade policies which prevent the imports of vital goods. We lose mercantilism. No. Or we gain mercantilism. We have slightly more unrest for a couple of years. That is acceptable. Our battle fleet will then be commanded by Qing Shi. Cool. So when's my trade fleet arriving here? Because that's going to massively boost our own dominance over that node, and then that's going to also mean that we collect more money here. Although we are being privateered, which isn't nice. We only control 55%, really? Because they control those 3 and a little bit of this territory. Okay, so we need to try and get a more total control over Aden, obviously. They are pushing a lot of money up into Hormuz and keeping it there. Another conversion, keep that coming. So once we've earned a little bit more cash, and that's going to wait until the ships have arrived. So we're now pushing 97 into Aden, which we are then collecting. Aden's now 60%, you're 53, you're an 86. So we still need more ships in Indus. Bengal's losing us a little money. And of course we've lost the income from Hangzhou. We've lost about 20 ducats from there. So we are overall losing money once again. What's costing me? Fort maintenance. Fort maintenance has just skyrocketed thanks to all the upgrades I did. Except they're not actually done yet. So fort maintenance is going to skyrocket even further. Am I just losing money through trade? I was expecting to be holding more of the money from here. I mean, if I did this, it's currently 123. 164, yeah, that makes a massive difference. Okay, so then the trade fleet, which we currently have in Indus, needs to be shifted down to Aden. So that we can completely dominate that, and then we're going to need to work on Indus in order to make that entirely profitable, and then we can start shifting money to that instead. Tariffs on iron. Gain tariff revenue. Yes, please. And now we are making money again. 161 becomes 201. Haha! Much better. You can see the difference trade efficiencies make there. We've gained a core province in kinda a core province. Guam and Micronesia. Oh, we still have another one, Aden. Really? We never caught Aden? Really? Yeah, I guess just one province there. Alright, so the other thing that we can do is try and build up some stock exchanges, because I'm not entirely sure that we've developed as much out of this as we can. Yeah. We need to develop this area because it doesn't actually have many stock exchanges. At all. And I would assume that Indus is in the same situation? Oh no, Indus does. Some. So just generally we need to increase development over there until we can improve, build more buildings. And that can certainly be achieved, although I want to continue doing the culture flipping. They're getting expensive, are they? Actually, I hadn't sorted it. Yeah, they are still kind of expensive, but I want to do it regardless. So I want everything converted by the time we finish. That was another religious conversion. Keep that going. We're 89% religious unity, which is pretty decent. 402,000 troops, so we're at our maximum again. So if we wanted to start thinking about another war, we should probably do that sometime soon. Let's wait for that until the next episode. So we'll end this one here and then we'll decide what we're doing from there. So thank you very much for watching. If you're enjoying the series, then please do hit that like button. If you haven't done so already, then do consider subscribing. If you have any tips or advice for me, let me know in the comments. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Goodbye.